Sigil Stones are the Sauron wannabes of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. That fiery orb that you grab at the top of every Oblivion Gate tower before you close it. They let you enchant any piece of unenchanted gear instantly, without needing a soul gem or an altar. And the best part, they're strong. Really strong. Sometimes even stronger than anything you can craft or enchant yourself. Now, how do we get these Sigil Stones? Step 1. Find yourself an Oblivion Gate. Step 2. Suffer through those Daedra, fire traps, and existential dread. Step 3. At the top, make sure you check any chests in that room before you grab that Sigil Stone out like you're winning a claw machine game. This will close the gate and gives you a random stone. An important pro tip for those mid-maxers out there, quick save before you grab the stone. This way, if you get a bad enchantment or something that you don't want to use, you can just reload and grab another one until you get something that you actually want to use. Using your Sigil Stones you acquire is easy. All you have to do is open your inventory, double-click it, and then choose a piece of gear, whether it's armor, weapons, rings, amulets, or whatever you want to use to enchant. You can pick between two effects. There's one for weapons and one for armor. Now, depending on your player level, you can get one of 5 different quality stones when you pick up a Sigil Stone. If you're level 1 through 4, you'll find yourself getting Descendant Stones, which is the lowest quality Sigil Stones you can get. Levels 5 through 8, you'll find yourselves getting the Subjugant Stones, which are lesser stones, but they're still better than the Descendant ones. 9 through 12, you're looking at the Latent Stones. These are your common ones that you'll kind of more often than not find around there. Once you hit level 13 until level 16, you'll start finding yourself getting Ascendant Stones. These are your greater stones, which will have the second highest quality improvements that you can get. Once you hit level 17, that's where the fun really begins. You get the Transcendent Stones after this level. This is your god tier loot. This is the best attributes with the best bonuses that you can find out of any Sigil Stones. So you'll want to hold off on major gate runs until you're above level 17. That's my recommendation. That's when you're going to get the juiciest stones, and the main quest is going to send you through a lot of Oblivion gates, that's for sure. Rather than individually and breaking down all 50 different attribute bonuses that you can get from Sigil Stones, I thought it was a great idea to list the worst 10 that you could find and the best 10 that you could find, so you know when you definitely need to reload that game or when you couldn't have gotten any luckier. At the top of our list for the worst Sigil Stones to get would be the one that has Night Eye. There's so many different and better Sigil Stones out there. Being able to see slightly better in caves is just silly to me. Potions are dirt cheap for Night Eye, and upping your brightness in your game is always just free to use as well. Moving on to number 9 would be the Resist Disease modifier. Diseases are so rare that they're practically an urban myth in Oblivion. You'll get them every now and then. The real ones to watch out for is like vampirism, but you should always carry a potion or 2 of Cure Disease on you just to be on the safe side. Number 8 on the list would be Resist Shock. There aren't many enemies in the game that'll throw shock spells at you outside the occasional Storm Atronach. Plus, there are Sigil Stone modifiers for spell absorption and even resist magic, which are much better options to put on your gear. Number 7 would be the Light Constant effect. Congratulations, you've got yourself some light and you're a walking disco ball. It's terrible for stealth though, and is very marginally useful otherwise. Number 6 for the worst Sigil Stones in my opinion would be the Turn Undead Stone. I'm not a big fan of this one personally. It's very situational as it is, and it only works on the undead. If you use it, then you have to chase them everywhere as they run away, and there are a lot better Sigil Stones worth using on your weapon over this choice here. Number 5 would be Water Walking. This is of course a constant effect as you put it on armor. You could just swim. It's free. Nobody needs this unless you want to kind of roleplay as a religious deity or something like that, but it can be fun to just run around on water and train athletics, but you can easily find some shoes or a helmet or something like that that'll give you this for it. You don't need to waste a Sigil Stone on it. Number 4 would be Disintegrating Weapons. Some people like this one. I personally don't. I prefer not getting my loot with 0 durability, thank you very much, so I tend to avoid the Disintegrate enchants. Number 3 would be Disintegrating Armor on every hit. It breaks every armor. This is cool in theory, but it doesn't kill them faster. And now when you want to loot them for that awesome piece of armor, there's a good chance you're going to have like no durability on it and you're just going to have to repair it. If you don't have a good armor or skill, this can be a little difficult. The second worst Sigil Stone effect that you could find would be Detect Life. Yeah, granted, you get to see enemies around the corner, but seeing purple little clouds everywhere is a migraine-inducing experience. I'll pass on this one. Now, my least favorite Sigil Stone enchant to use, and this one might be a little bit controversial, is Demoralize. You may think this is awesome, but I personally hate this one. So you hit an enemy a few times and now he's demoralized. Now they're going to run away, likely into a lot more enemies, and it will inevitably wear off anyway. This one seems pretty pointless to me. All it's going to do is make your combat harder. And that's our top 10 worst Sigil Stone effects that you can find. If you get one of these, just quickly hit that quick reload button and try again. Now we're going to get on to the top 10 best Sigil Stone effects that you can find. Number 10 would be Fortifying Speed as a constant effect on armor. If you get more speed, you can move faster, you can dodge more hits, and you can flex a little bit more on those slower enemies. This is a great one to get, by far from the best, but still, if you get this one, you've gotten pretty lucky. Number 9 would be Soul Trap on hit. This is perfect for recharging your magical and enchanted weapons and armor, because you can use this Soul Trap on hit, kill an enemy, and then use one of your million soul gems you probably have to just recharge it and keep moving. No need to use those Varla stones to recharge everything when you've got this ability. Number 8 would fall into Resist Magic. This is a shield against spellcasters. This is great against late game Daedra mages and other aspects like that. You'll find yourself a lot of times finding the random strong magic enemy in dungeons, so this is a really great constant effect to have, where it'll reduce the impact that finding those enemies will have on you. Number 7 for the top 10 best Sigil Stones would be Shield. This isn't to be confused with something like Fire Shield, which is going to be a little bit higher up on our list, but this is like a free armor rating boost. It's like always wearing an invisible set of Daedric armor. Number 6 would be Absorbing Fatigue on hit. You'll be able to smack enemies to steal their stamina, which will give you endless power attacks, and you'll never get into a point where you get staggered repeatedly. Number 4 would be Fortifying your Strength as a constant effect. Strength is one of the most important attributes in my opinion. This will let you hit harder, carry more, you can intimidate other people. What's not to love about more strength? Coming in at number 4 would be the Fire Shield constant effect. This is a nice defense boost like you get with Shield, but it also does fire damage to the enemies that even dare touch you. Number 3, this is the third best Sigil Stone that you can find. Absorbing Health on hit. When you hit them, you heal yourself, and it works on everything. This Sigil Stone's pretty busted. However, it's not as busted as our next two. Coming in at number 2, we have the Fortify Magicka Sigil Stones. Now previously in another video on this topic, I didn't have this in the best list. However, I am man enough to admit when I couldn't have been more wrong. While testing out the spellcrafting and enchanting, I realized how broken this Sigil Stone can be when you stack them with multiple ones of the same type, giving you so much more potential for magic offense capabilities, defense, and really just slinging spells left and right like crazy. Our number 1 Sigil Stone that you get, if you get this effect, you better jump up and down for joy. It's Chameleon. You can stack the Chameleon effect and become practically invisible. Now you can run around, steal whatever you want, sneak if you want to, and you can stand right in front of them sneaking and they'll have no idea you're there. If you can stack the Chameleon effects on all of your armor and all of your weapons, you essentially become a god and you're unkillable because they can't kill what they can't see. Now we've gone through about 20 Sigil Stone effects with all their different tier levels. Now the kicker is, this is only maybe about half of the different effects that you can get, so many effects that you'll find weren't in this video, but I thought it was more beneficial than a 30-minute guide going through each and every one. Let's point out the ones you really don't want, and let's point out the ones you really want. If you find something in between that really fits your build and your playstyle, go for it, use it. That's what Oblivion's all about. You don't always have to meta these things. So here's your takeaway and recap. Save before grabbing the Sigil Stone, hunt Oblivion gates at level 17, and aim for stones that give you the real, tangible power, not that mean tier garbage crap like resist poison or water breathing. Trust me, the future you will thank you. Which Sigil Stone effects saved your life or ruined your day? How many times did you have to reload in order to get that chameleon sigil? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this guide, smash that like button like it's a Dromora's face, and subscribe for more Oblivion Remastered tips, tricks, and more. See you all in Tamriel. May Akatosh guide your way.